Our CBS Sports continuing coverage of the NCAA Championship Tournament. Tonight, the regional semifinals. Most of you will see Notre Dame and North Carolina at the New Jersey Meadowlands, while elsewhere you'll see Georgetown, top seed in the Southeast, against Kansas. That game is in Louisville, where already tonight Providence beat heavily favored Alabama 103-82. At halftime, James Brown and I will get you up to date on all the tournament action, but right now, let's send you out to the arena for the tip-off as the road to the Final Four continues here on CBS.
The Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey is the site for this East Regional semifinal. In the shadow of Manhattan, come across the Hudson River. For tonight, you will see the top-seeded team in the East, North Carolina, take on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. For North Carolina, the road here came through Penn and Michigan. Both times they broke 100. The Fighting Irish, they eliminated Middle Tennessee State and TCU by a point. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Brett Musburger. It was just 2 years ago, Dayton, Ohio, second round. Same two teams, Notre Dame and North Carolina. They were tied. David Rivers had the ball for the Fighting Irish, but he dribbled the ball off his leg. Ball is recovered by Carolina. They hit Kenny Smith. Smith breaks for the jam, and North Carolina eliminates Notre Dame. But that was 2 years ago. David Rivers is now a junior. He has already beaten this North Carolina team back at South Bend. Billy Packer, what a matchup of guards here.
Well, we have two great guards. One fella that cannot be pressed man-to-man, and that's David Rivers. He can blow by the press. That's what North Carolina wants to do, so it's very difficult to do that to get a tempo established. For North Carolina, you've got Kenny Smith, rated as one of the top guards in the country for a couple of years now. He's a guy maybe assigned to Rivers, but if he has to chase Rivers, he might not have anything left offensively.
Billy, with North Carolina breaking 100 in both games, hey, it's just so important. I spoke to Digger Phelps and Dean Smith, the coaches.
Obviously, we can't score 90 or 100. For us to win, it's got to be 50s, 60s. That's the type of tempo we want. That's the type of tempo we will create. If they want to up-tempo the game, then when we have the shots against their traps, we'll take it to score. But I think we have to control the game tempo.
That's their game. And, you know, the teams that do that are in any game. They don't blow people out very often, but they're in every game, and it's not a bad way to play. I personally enjoy fast breaking and playing pressure defense, and that's why our team does it. But I think the score will probably be in the 50s.
At stake, a spot in the East Regional Final.
You can see North Carolina is so much bigger inside. The key to this ball game is going to be tempo. Can North Carolina figure out a way to make Notre Dame put the ball up without expending about 30 seconds, 35 seconds on every possession? J.R. Reed also on the inside is a guy that's capable of having big offensive games against a club like Notre Dame.
They leave Stevenson alone, but he can't get it off the glass, and the ball goes to the Tar Heels. Passing inside. Can't get it to fall. And here come the Irish. They'll take the break if it's there. Hicks coming around, and Smith fouled him. John Clougherty, the referee, made the first call of the game. He is working with Lynn Shortnessy and Ron Spittler. Tim Higgins again the alternate in this game.
Fred, on that play, Digger Phelps looked down at Hicks and said, no, I don't want that. He just kept using his hands movement that he doesn't want him to get into breaking action.
Gary Post, the most improved member of the Fighting Irish, the center, hands it off to Rivers.
You can see Lebo on Rivers, not one to expend all of Kenny Smith's energy. Now they switch.
At the baseline, Lebo with the hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. Billy, I don't believe it. There's one of my teams, Alabama, and Rick Pitino and Providence routed them this afternoon.
Well, two Big East teams beating two SEC teams tonight. I'm kind of surprised, although a lot of people knew Providence with that three-point shooting a threat against anybody.
Arroyo hits the first field goal for Notre Dame. Tied at 2, just underway, East Region semifinal.
North Carolina's motion game.
Welcome back to our New York studios. I'm Jim Nance along with James Brown. You know, James, in a slow tempo game, 10-point lead's really quite large.
And Billy Packer made a good point. A 5-point lead is like a 10-point lead in a slow game like that. However, Carolina's trapping defense has forced some turnovers. Carolina's been able to break up the court and get some easy baskets. Now Notre Dame has got to play catch-up. They've got to play Carolina's game.
All right, James, another game going on right now in Louisville. That's in the Southeast Regional between Kansas and Georgetown. The Hoyas have a 2-point lead. It's the matchup between Danny Manning and Reggie Williams, both of them lighting it up here in the early going. Let's get a taste of that game right now from Dick Stockton and Tommy Heinsohn.
Going to try and pop Williams out from the screen. Smith with a fake. Smith. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn here at Freedom Hall in Louisville, Kentucky in the Southeast Regional semifinal. Georgetown right now has established its biggest lead of the game after trailing by 6 early in the game because of 6 Georgetown turnovers. The press has not affected Kansas, but right now Georgetown is taking control.
Georgetown started to get their game in gear and then throw the ball away themselves. Kansas really got more turnovers than Georgetown did in the initial part of this ball game.